Thank you for visiting Past the Wire TV, the YouTube channel of PastTheWire.com. Buongiorno everybody, Saratoga Today, day 22 of the 2021 meet. You're with me, John Stetton, and Past the Wire. We are rolling along. I am excited about today's card, and I'll get to why in a moment. But first, a shout out to our people. Zilla Racing Stable, exciting partnership, opportunities at every level of the game. Rooting and waiting for them to get back on the board at the spa real soon. They've been on the board already, live as heck all meet, and opportunities again at every level of the game, be it claiming stakes, sales, pin hooking, you name it. There's opportunity at Zilla for you if you're looking to get into the game. And wager, innovative, if nothing else, ADW, great tools for the better. We're going to talk about one in particular on one of these shows that I have a feeling a lot of you are not very familiar with. I've been around the game a long time. I wasn't until recently, but it's a great tool and a great edge in certain scenarios, and we'll cover that pretty soon. And last but certainly not least, Spencer Farm, home of Into Mischief, the premier stallion in the United States, if not the world, and home of a new coming stallion that I am particularly excited about. And if I was breeding a mare right now, that's where I would go, and that's my Tole. Met Mile winner, Breeders' Cup Sprint winner, who I think is going to throw runners, in my opinion. So we'll see how that plays out going forward. Moving on to the card. Looks like the rain's going to stay away. Yesterday I thought it was going to hit 50%, they said. Didn't come last night. Today only 20%. So let's hope the weather's blown by Saratoga. Although here in Florida I may get creamed tomorrow. They're saying a tropical storm is coming, but Florida, we're used to that. So, be that as it may, we'll deal with it. As long as the water out back doesn't overflow into the house, we'll be fine. And if it does, we'll just get the boats, survive. You do what you got to do. So with that, let's move on to Detail of the Cat before we bring on our very special guest. My boy Tate from the rail, we liked last time. He didn't win, ran a very good second in the slop. And we talked about an angle that day, getting a decent price or a better than normal price on a horse that is coming off a bad race you can make an excuse for. We did that with my boy Tate. He proved the angle or theory correct. However, he didn't win. He ran second. And I think he's got his work cut out for him today. He's run fast enough, well, almost fast enough to win this. I think he'd have to improve a little bit to win. From the rail, that's going to be tough. Sha Shake Me Up, the 2-horse, an $80,000 claim, who I bet, and those of you that are on tracking trips will know, I made a very big bet on Derby Day in the Grade 1 Churchill Downs. Didn't run a step. Singled him in the picks and made a big win bet at 10 to 1, 11 to 1, whatever it was, 12 to 1, something like that. And didn't run well at all. So in order for me to do that, I had to believe this horse had a big race in him. And I'm usually right about that, sometimes off on when it comes, and sometimes off it never comes, but usually we're on target with that. Maybe a race or two off, and I'm hoping that's the case today for my man Peter Walder, who will be with us momentarily. They thought enough to spend $80,000 on this horse, and we'll find out why, but horse gets pace to run at, doesn't have to be far back. Has some good back class, only 4 years old. I would love him if he was drawn more outside, because from the 2-hole, he's kind of got the same issue as the 1, my boy Tate. It's easy to get bottled in, and I think you need, in this race, only going 3/4 of a mile, when you look to push that button and get that seam, you need to get it right away. I don't think there's any time for checking, steadying, or losing a couple of lengths by having to wait or steady or not get that seam when you want it. But Santana is riding excellent. He's aggressive. When he sees a hole, he'll push button go and try and go through it. He's a fearless, aggressive rider. So hopefully he gets that seam and we can get my man Peter Walder on the board. I like the horse today and think he's got a heck of a shot. Bon Raison, another one that'll benefit from the pace in here, and I think there is plenty of pace in here. And this is a horse, if the Track and Trips people might remember, we had way back when at Saratoga in 2019 in this race, the Tail of the Cat, which he won at 8-1. And helped me win the handicapping contest up there that year, which I donated all the money to the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, which I was happy to do, and they gave a nice little presentation in the winner's circle at Gulfstream when I did it on Pegasus Day, I think, or something like that. But that was fun to do, and it helped them, and I support Thoroughbred Aftercare more than anybody really knows, but that was fun to do, and I'm a big supporter of the TAA and Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, as is Past the Wire, and as I encourage anybody who can afford to do and be a part of, because we owe it to these animals that give us so much. But Bon Raison helped with that when he won over the track. He likes the track, comes off the pace. He's got Jorge Vargas up, who's 0 for 20-something, but he's one of the riders we talked about. He's cold, he's not getting many chances, but he's not really giving bad rides. He's doing the right thing with his horses. He's just not getting the horses, and that's tough. So I think that he fits that profile of a guy that's going to be hungry and making the most of their chances, and I think Bon Raison is going to be running at the end. I don't think it might be as fast as Sha Sha Shake Me Up, but we'll find out. I think he benefits from the setup in the race today, like the 1 and the 2 do, but I lean to the 2. Wind of Change. Coming off a freaky race for Safi Joseph at Monmouth in the slop. We talked about my dislike of betting horses off huge races and worrying about the regression, and I think you may see that from Wind of Change. And let's be frank, Safi Joseph is 1 for 20-something at Saratoga. He's been a little bit cold. Has Irad up. Irad rides Shecky Shabazz, who's going to be the favorite in the race before this, that should be on the lead. I think Shecky is a little vulnerable. He hasn't won since he left Jason Services Bond. He's given it up the last 2 times he's ran. He may give it up today, and then Irad will be in the same situation on a short price horse on the lead in the very next race. We'll see how that plays out. If he wins with Shecky, or if he loses with Shecky, how that rolls over till the next race should be interesting. But I think this horse is part of the pace, likely to regress. I got to take a little bit of a stand against him at that short price. He has improved dramatically since going from Amador Sanchez to Safi Joseph. But, he's still got to win today at Saratoga, and I think that's going to be tough. But he looks like a different horse since he went from Amador Sanchez to Wind of Change. So he's to Safi. So he's in shape and rolling good. But like I said, I just don't think he gets the setup. Wonder Where Craig Is from Brittany Russell. Sheldon Russell, her husband, does not come to ride. I view that as maybe a little bit of a negative, but maybe not. I don't like to read into those things. Gets Luis Saez, top guy, riding as good as anybody in the world right now. But this one is coming off a freak race again, top number. I look for regression off those races. I don't like to take horses off those off-the-chart races coming back at short numbers, especially when they've got other pace to keep them company on the front end. Foolish Ghost is another one that ran very good in the slop last out. Actually ran very good the race before that on a fast track at Monmouth, like Saratoga, in good shape for Raymond Handel, who is a very, very good trainer and a little bit under the radar, but does very, very well with his opportunities. This horse, like Saratoga, I think he's more dangerous on the outside with Rosario if he can sit, and probably being on the outside gives Joel that option if the horse can do it. But he runs better when he's on the pace or close with the pace. So I make him part of the pace or stalking. So I see 3 horses in here that are liable to be, going at it or making sure it's fast early, and hopefully setting it up for our man Peter, who is going to join us now. So hang tight for a second.
Cloud computing outside. Classic Empire head to head down to the line. Cloud computing wins the Preakness.
All right, we're back with Saratoga Today. We've got my man Peter Walder on the line, and I'm excited about Sha Sha Shake Me Up. Peter, what do you think, Ron?
First of all, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. What do I think? I try not to do that too hard because it hurts my. I think overall, I think the race sets up. I think the race sets up well for him. You got a couple horses in there that are coming off big races that should bounce. They should duel each other into submission, and hopefully we stay close enough to reel them in.
I agree with that. One of the things I talked about was, and we go back a ways. Can you believe that I'm a Halo was 20 years ago we win that race in Saratoga?
20 years ago?
20 years ago, man.
You're making me feel old.
I didn't mean to do that, but we win that race 20 years ago,
Not for nothing. I still remember it was a 6-horse field. It was Johnny Velasquez.
That's right.
I think we broke from the outside, and one thing I definitely remember, I remember our friend Joe being in the winner's circle. God rest his soul.
Yes, I'm looking at the picture right now.
I remember the drive back to Monmouth. It's usually a 3 hour drive or whatever it is, and I was literally on cloud 9 the whole time I was driving.
That was
the whole time.
Yeah, no, I remember it well. I'm looking at the big blown up picture I got on my wall of it right now, and you're right. You and Joe are in the winner's circle. Yeah, but that was 20 years ago, my man. Time does fly.
I'll tell you what else I remember. I remember she was the second horse that I ever ran here, because the first horse that I ran here was Minnie's Rat, and she was 3 to 5, and she walked across the finish line. And I swore I wouldn't come back here unless I knew I was going to win.
Right, I remember all of that.
It was my first winner, but it was your first winner up here as well.
And I bet I got you beat on that. It's my only winner. I'm 1 for 1 at Saratoga. I'm actually tied for the leading percentage owner at Saratoga in the history of the track at 1 for 1.
I wish I would have quit. I wish I would have quit at that point. I would have been 50%.
Right. No, you don't.
We won a few after that. It's been a little tough this year. We got an 8 or 9 starts. We got 2 seconds, and we got 4 fourths. It's just, it's weird. We beat these horses, and when we're at home, we beat these horses, and I don't know if it's a home field advantage or what, but we're just having a little tough time right now. But hopefully we can break through over this weekend. I
agree. Two things real quick. I know you're busy, and thanks for coming on. I know these mornings when you got one in are rough, but
hold on 1 second.
Go ahead.
Fernando, stay there 1 sec.
Life at the barn.
Get in there. I got a horse in there. Oh yeah, I just got a horse schooling in the paddock. Actually, my horse is running tomorrow schooling in the paddock.
That's that maiden that you're high on.
Yeah, that's sticky issue. Very, very, very nice horse. Somehow I ended up in my lap, which is a miracle. But I've been saying since we got him that this horse is going to actually make me famous. So obviously running second in the Breeders' Cup didn't do it. So hopefully this horse could be the one.
No, I'm excited for that, and just to have a horse in a maiden special on a Saturday at Saratoga is special in and of itself. We know that. What I want to ask you before I let you go is $80,000 is a steep claim, and trying to move a horse up off Peter Miller is a gutsy move. What did you see with this one? What made you go that route with this particular horse, who I bet a lot of money on Derby Day, thinking he was sitting on a big race that day, and I'm hoping I was just wrong about the timing, and he's got that big race in him for you today. But what is it that you saw with Sha Sha Shake Me Up?
Well, actually, I can't take. I can't take a whole lot of credit for that. The owner actually picked the horse out. The owner actually picked the horse out, so.
Yeah, but I know you well enough to know when I picked out horses you didn't like, you'd give me that. What are you, nuts?
Well, actually, I mean, how do you not like this horse? I mean, you know, he's got all kind of back class, and you know, he's a big, good-looking horse, and it's hard to say no. You know what I mean? As long as his legs are put on correctly, it's
Right.
hard to say no. No, I mean, the owner picked him out, and he just said, you know, he's got 4 legs in his tail, and he's walking good, claim him. And, you know, the plan was, I thought that this race fit him perfect. I mean, you know, if you look at the conditions of the race, it's perfect. And then, you know, we'll take it from there, whether he stays with me or whether he goes back out to Bob Hatch, who's his main trainer out in California. That's, you know, it's yet to be determined. But for right now, we're just worried about today.
Sounds good, man. I'll let you go. Thank you so much for coming on. Go win some races, brother.
Yeah, we're a little bit overdue to break through. So hopefully today will be the day, and we can continue tomorrow and Sunday. And we got some live shots down in Gulfstream on Saturday as well. So as long as we run and don't get a hurricane down there, we'll be all right.
Sounds good. And Jimmy's on his way up this weekend. Maybe he'll bring you some luck of the Irish.
Yeah, I hope somebody does. All right, guys.
All right, man.
Thanks for having me on, and hopefully y'all will see me in the winter circle.
I'll be rooting, man. You know it.
I know. I love you, brother.
Love you. Ciao.
Bye.
And there you have it. We've got Sha Sha Shake Me Up in the stake today, and we've got a maiden that he's really high on tomorrow on Saturday in Saratoga with Sticky Issue, who we said might make him famous. So we'll be rooting for Peter. I go back a long way with him. Like I said, I'm a Halo, looking at that win picture over there. Great memories, great times. Let's take a little pause, and we'll be back.
Horses have reached the starting gate. It's post time. Cold Front, the favorite, comes forward. And they're into the stretch. Cold Front put to the 10. Cold Front does it again. Right in the field of the Amsterdam.
Well, there you have it from Peter himself. He's excited about today and tomorrow. I'm equally as excited for him. We go back, as you know, a long way. Hopefully we get him into the winner's circle. Let's root him home today, tomorrow. Exciting card tomorrow. Day 23 of the meet. This meet is just really rolling and flowing along, and we are looking hard for that major wager. Is it going to be tomorrow? I certainly hope so. We're going to try. You know, we're not going to push. If it's there, it's there. And if it's not, it's not. Maybe it'll be Peter's horse. I don't know. I do my own, opinion as you know. So we'll see how it shakes up. But I will go to my homework with the idea that yes, we're going to find that next major wager of the meet on Saturday. So stay tuned. Come back to Past the Wire TV tomorrow, pastthewire.com. Make sure you check out the show, and we'll see what happens. Root for my man Peter, and go win some photos, make some money. Ciao for now.
Nobody does it better.